Alright. Now we're good. Okay. That was just a preview audio. I clicked the wrong button by accident. But it is okay. It has been fixed. And now people should be able to hear us. And this isn't going to be a, what's his name? With, the Chocolate Rain song.
I don't know, it was something Zook.
Yeah.
There was a Z in there.
Oh, I forgot his name. Tay-Zonde, that's what it was. Yeah, this is epic style now. And it's just echoing a TF2. Oh, I feel so bad because he never noticed. Like when he realized it was a problem, finally, it was like 40 minutes in, so the stream just ends. Hey, what's going on, Warthog 117? So yeah, it was Tay-Zonde. Anyways, welcome to the stream. Let me get off of here because I was watching YouTube videos and doing stuff while I was getting ready for the stream. I was just posting on the social medias and whatnot, and I was watching Electro Boom, so there's a good frame of him. But he will be going away. Oh wait, actually.
Yeah. Should we talk about that? How you like saving like frames of people talking?
I really wish I could get I need to pull up my old computer because that has like a collection of them. But yeah, we could mention it. I have a fascination with getting people mid-blink. Like, basically, I was going to make a whole like Twitter handle. Like, I had a whole thing which was just eCelebs mid-blink. And that's all it would be. Just them looking really weird because they're blinking.
I have some Ross Scott ones.
There was a couple. Yeah, there was the Ross Scott one that was mostly 8-bit guy because he looks the funniest when he's mid-blink. Let me make a new. See if I can pull up some of them while we wait for people to join. Do I have any?
I'm like rendering something in Blender right now, so my computer is kind of slow.
I don't know if I saved any to the to my pictures folder. It may all be in ShareX still. That's where like most of them were. I know I have also liquid rescaled 8-bit guy. I cannot find it. I cannot find it. I guess I would never moved them out of the ShareX folder because they're not in the pictures folder, which is very unfortunate. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, this is embarrassing. I cannot find it. Time to go to ShareX, see if I can find them. Maybe. Well, here's a random image of 8-bit guy when he was doing the like alternate universe stuff. So he has like a goatee thing. There's that. Here's Tori Belleci on the set of Jackass, the final one. I don't know why he's there, but there's Tori Belleci of Mythbusters. I got that frame. I could share it here. I don't care. Is anyone in the chat? Hello? Anyone in the chat saying anything? Are people watching this? Probably not.
If 9 people are watching.
Barely 9 people are watching. No one's saying anything. Come on, say hi. Say hi. Post in there. When y'all type in the chat, it makes the engagement go up and it makes more people see the stream. There you go.
That is the point of a stream, is to interact with your viewers.
Yeah. Do I need to do giveaways? Here, I'm going to give something away. You can take this image of Gabe Newell from some random image. I don't know where it came from, but I have it saved. I'm giving this away. I'm selling it for... No, I'm giving it away for free. All you have to do is pay the shipping. And I'm going to print it out, probably on a 20-foot by 20-foot, like, card stock. Trying to find this 8-bit guy. Here's Alec from Technology Connections Blink. There's that one. See? I told you. I get them. Here's another one where he looks really old because of his gray hair. Here's an 8-bit guy. Not mid-blink, that's him mid, like, getting out of his chair or something. Also, the fact that just says Alec Big.
There's my Rosses.
Ross, hang on, I gotta go over to there.
Pick your favorite.
I'll go through them. I don't know if I have any. Here's Zoe from Left 4 Dead, but demolished. Let me go to see what Spud put. He does make a lot of. Which one? I kind of like that one. We're gonna show him that one. It's so small. It's really small.
I got control and scroll wheel. I think.
There you go. We're giving this away too.
He always does that when he starts a stream.
He just always does that.
Yeah, at the beginning of like every live chat, he has this like deer in headlights look, which is like accompanied by the light on his face.
I don't watch his live streams really, but I'm curious as to what, like, if he does it on purpose or is it just like caught in the moment, maybe. And close out the. We're gonna close out the browser. Anyways, we're gonna work on Fox game stuff as well, but there's a lot more of them. Here's another one where he looks like Gomless. Honestly, it'd be really great if someone like added in like water, like gurgling, and then like a little bit like pouring out of his mouth right there. Good. That guy is saving video games.
And we're doing this to him.
I mean, it happens. Stop killing blinks. Alright. So, Fox games. So, it's always great because, see, with how busy everything has been lately, I actually struggle to remember everything I do in the previous streams. But, for those that saw on Twitter, I finally got the menu started. So, like, it's not just the Quake menu. I mean, if I go anywhere else, it just turns back into it. But it's getting there. And I even have it set up to where it's starting to use the same profile system from Mirror the Dragon. So when you go into like load game, it'll show your saves, you know, your profiles, and you can change them and all that good stuff. And then, yeah, when you pause the game, it actually freezes the game and keeps it in the background. Yeah, you could spam the guns. You could just keep giving yourself everything, and it just immediately does that. Ammo.
The black space around the text. Is that a bug?
Because it's trying to load the credits font. I was trying to like add a font into the game that's not just the console font, like, because I use that in Quake where the console font is for like everything. I'm gonna try to make it where it uses this. Like, this is the other font I have loaded in, which is basically just trebuchet at like, I think size 16 or so. It's quite the graphic as well. If I oh hey, it's not actually doing the window capture, which is great. That's fine. See, I need to check on that. I hope the game gets on Steam because it looks super fun. Eventually the demo will be on itch.io. After that I'll do a Steam page and everything. If I go to menu sort, no, it's not there. If I go to WADs, GFX WAD, yeah, this is the credits font. I'll probably make it into the same font that is used here, but it'll be smaller, so that way it I don't know. I'm gonna figure out something like that, but this is just Trebuchet, similar to Half-Life. It's just my own custom version of it. That's a little bit less crap because the one Valve made is pretty bad, and it's not a good scale, and it doesn't seem like it's even proper like Trebuchet. It's like their own weird thing. And also it's their content. I need to make my own, so I'm making my own graphics for the fonts. This one, the one for the console was like, I forgot. I got it from that Doom font generator that had the font on there. It's in the weird like Hell Limbo license where it never was licensed to begin with. I think it's from like Quake 2 or something like that, or some Quake 2 era game, but it doesn't have a license. But we have access to the font, but it's not licensed, so it's like in this weird area where it's not against the rules to use it, but it's not like it's not allowed, but it's not disallowed. So, I mean, I might change it to something else. Maybe by the time it's Steam, because once it's on Steam, I do intend at this point to probably try to charge for this to some degree. So there's going to be a lot of making sure everything is square before that happens, so I don't run into any issues later where people are like, "Oh, you're charging $5, but you're using this thing. I want money." Whereas the demo on itch will be free, so it doesn't really matter. Oh. Yeah. What I was talking about in the Discord trying to work on the day was either this, which also I added these balls here just to see if it works, and it kind of does. They kind of work. It's not the most elegant thing, but it does work, mostly. But I don't know if I'd really use anything that involves a soccer ball. But I do want to finish these up, because I saw a video on YouTube of somebody also making a version of this, and I forgot that American McGee's Alice also had a version of this sort of seesaw balance platform. I forgot what the one in Alice is called. I think it's like Funk. Oh, damn it. I forgot what it was called. But obviously, mine's based off the seesaw from Mario 64. I totally forgot that was the thing. So I didn't even think about it. But apparently it does exist. I do want to finish this up because it does have one bug. Which is, if I die and respawn, they remember where they were. They just have no, I can't influence them. They're sleeping. I need to wake them up. Will it be text-based or will it have voice actors? As of now, I've had so many... I've had a bunch of people ask to voice for this. But I've so far told everyone at the time I'm not, like, currently looking. Not because I necessarily want to be just text-based. I thought about it, but the scope increases significantly when you have voice actors, and you have to now animate scenes that involve them, lip sync, or in this case, at least have the mouth movements there. Whereas if you do text-based, you can kind of cheat and takes a little bit less effort to do. So I think for the demo, text-based, so it's not scope creep out the ass. And then for the full game, maybe voice acting, but I will definitely have to like hire like a cinematics animator for doing like cutscenes or something.
Also, it just cost a bit of money.
Yeah, it does cost money. I can handle the costing money part, but I don't think I can handle all of that on my own. Like doing all the work besides the voice acting. But here's one thing I will say. If someone wants to voice the main character for making, noises, pain noises or whatever else, I do need that at least. And I probably will need voice actors to do other, like, NPCs, like maybe if you were to like hurt them or something, have them make noises. The monster, the enemies are going to use actual animal sounds, but friendly NPCs need some noises here and there. So I'll probably still need voice actors for that, but I think they probably won't. I imagine it'll be a lot less work on my end if they're just doing that, not full-on sentences and dialogue. When it coming out? I have no idea. I wish I could give you an answer on that, but I'm trying to get something done by the end of the year, but it's always it takes time. I have a full-time job. This doesn't pay the bills. And in fact, my job will pay for this game to even be made. Because I could do a Kickstarter or something, but I don't think in its current state it's going to get a lot of people investing in it until something exists that, there's that people have a reason to invest in, Something that like, oh, okay, yeah, this is of quality. Yeah, I don't mind slipping the guy $5. Versus, he's been working on this for 5 years and there's still nothing out there. Why would I give him anything? Justify the means. That sort of deal. It will be done. Because if I were to ever quit on this or abandon it, you'll know it. I'm not going to just dip out of here. But I don't really plan on it. It hasn't left my brain as far as something I want to work on. I know with Lambda Generation today, someone shared hell, we could pull it up. Let's pull it up on here and then new tab. Let's go to x.com. Formerly Twitter before it got a stupid name. Lambda Generation. Jesus. There it is. It was shared by Womble TC, and it features Year the Dragon for some reason. I guess with the with the colors. I didn't know what this was at first. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" But
the smushed up opposing force.
yeah, I like that. I like it's just squished in there. I like how disproportionate like the boxes are. Why is this one so big? But I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, Year of the Dragon, relevant in the big 2026. But it's still like, I don't know if I could go back to it, man. It's in a weird state where I tried to push it graphically without being too like doing something like Diffusion in Zash, where it has like its own. Can I spell his name right? And I feel so bad now because I do not. Hang on, I could probably find it via. I have to go through my likes, and oh boy, I like a lot of stupid shit, so it's gonna take a minute before I get to it. That's some good stuff in there. Yeah, there's a couple things in here for the. Imagine if y'all go on X or anything. If any of y'all like use it, the red versus blue button debate. There's a lot of that in there. Because for me, for one, I kind of agree. There's like points on both sides I like. Where did his tweet go? It's like I liked it today. I'm pretty sure. I thought I did. Unless he deleted it. But I doubt that. No, that's... Oh, why is it so hard to find things? Why can't I ever remember anyone's name on this application, this website, this fucking thing? Yeah, I can search that, and it'll probably... There it is. Where did he post? Why does it go so far back? Didn't he post it recently? It doesn't matter. I found the post. I found like what he was posting, but this is what I was talking about. Where this is more graphic, like this is like doing more graphical stuff with Zash than just leaving it stock. It's you know, it's pretty damn cool what you can do with it. If you know what you're doing. There's only one branch of Zash that really kind of looks like this out of the box, which is Prime XT. For the most part, it's going to just look like Quake or Half-Life, and you would have to know what you're doing graphically to add features like that. But the point being is you can do that. With Year of the Dragon, I was trying to keep it somewhat grounded, where it's not too graphically crazy for my skills at the time. But now it's like looking back on it, I did like the fidelity for the maps. I would probably bring back the PS1 model Spyro and not use the reignited one. I'd probably maybe use the reignited animations on it because they do look pretty good on it. It's like one of those things. And then it's also, I wouldn't even use the Half-Life SDK part. I'd probably use what I did with like Quake and Fox Game, because so much shit has been improved since then. It's just, there's no point using the old code base. It's just too bad by my current standards at this time. What's the debate? I don't know if I need the fight to ensue on here, but basically, if you look up red blue button, it's like a trolley problem in a way. It's more so a... It's not a trick question. It's... Yeah, I don't know. It's sort of a, do you get involved or not involved? But by not being involved, you do influence those that are involved. It's one of those where everything has a cause and effect. It just depends on which one you choose. It makes you think. That's why I said it's hard to really pick a side on it, because there's good points from both, but not necessarily the focus of today. But anyways, what was it? Year of the Dragon. Yeah, so I saw the Year of the Dragon thing, and that made me want to like, oh man, I kind of wish I would finish it. But at this point, I don't even know what I would do with it story-wise, because it was kind of quirky and silly, but it still would be a lot of work to get it all done. And I don't know. It's just one of those things where it seems that I was only ever going to reach a certain threshold of people playing it, and then it would eventually cap off. Because there's very much a lot of people in the Half-Life community that have no interest playing that. And then there's people in the Spyro community that have no interest playing it because it's Half-Life. And it scares them because there's blood or something. I don't know. It was a genuine criticism I got from the Spyro community.
That's like being half dead.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what that. But
maybe it's like an optimist versus pessimist thing.
Yeah. I think it's just more so it's turned into I have a better use of my time than to make that. Making my own thing seems better than making something that's someone else's intellectual property inside another intellectual property. That
a lot of ours go through that.
Yeah. It's my, like, because I say with Foxconn, I can do whatever I want, and there isn't any consequence. There is no, oh, well, it's Spyro, so you got to do this, or it's Half-Life, you got to do this. And then the other thing is, again, you could always potentially, if you do everything right and make sure you're clear, you can sell it and make money. And whereas You're the Dragon can't. I can make donation money, but almost all the money I ever made with that via donations was probably used to pay for the commission for the art and some other things. So I didn't make money on that. If anything, it was a net negative because I probably spent more out of my own wallet for that than I would have gotten out of it in any way. True passion. Anyways, so let's get to actual work.
So what are we working on now?
I have the user profile thing set up so when you do saves, it'll save to whatever the profile is, which is just a C of R. It's nothing crazy. I need to make it when you load the save after death, it doesn't load the most recent save, like by save, like when the file was made. That's what it references. I need it to just reference the save that's under the profile if it's there. Will you give stream keys to early access? I'll put it this way. You can... I am totally fine with giving people early access, and I'm totally fine with giving people stream keys and stuff when it happens. I do not care. The easiest way to get it is, honestly, at this point, if I know you, like if I know you to an extent and we talk back and forth, I will probably, like when it comes to the demo, I will be sending it out to people once it's ready for people to start testing it and playing it and do what. But if you want to play test and then get it early access to it, to be in the Discord will get it early. That's it. It's not very hard. I released Awake about a day early in the Discord, and I did Year the Dragon as well. So I would probably... I probably would do the same. I might even do a couple days early. I don't know. I do a week early. That's all you gotta do. I would volunteer to play... don't worry, when the play testing opens, I will ping the Fox role, so you will get it. If you are not in that role, then good luck. This is how I bait people to do things in my server. Because I know people whined about that with Quake, where I even at the roles was not called Quake, I called it Coom because it was funny. I pinged the role for the playtest, and I got like 10, 20 people to play test it and like give feedback, and then I cut it off, and then a bunch of people messaged me because they were late. They're like, oh, I didn't know you pinged, or oh, I didn't see, like I didn't have the role. I'm like, well, that's all I gotta do. I played test Project Silverfish, so I have experience to loss. Experience or not, all you gotta do is play the thing and tell me what you think. And if you run into problems, let me know what they are. It not very hard.
Should we talk about how Half-Life is going to have a profile system, or is that just platitude?
That's actually what I based it on. Based it on being that I had no idea what the real profile system was in Half-Life. But yeah, in Half-Life Day 1, Day 1 came with it. Half-Life Day 1 had profiles in the 1 menu. I don't think they actually worked, but the contents are there. And what it is when you had I guess maybe your saves went under the profile, or maybe your user settings were there for when multiplayer launched. Maybe it would save maybe your username and your color and your config spray. Yeah, your config spray and all that. Maybe it was that. But it loaded those .360 AVIs, so like the Gordon 360 and then the Gina 360. And I think with like the Bull Squid and Hound Eye 360, same thing. I think you were just going to have little icons for your save. to pick from. A very meaningless thing, but neat. Huh?
Didn't NetTest have some additional stuff?
I don't
Like some
know.
remnants?
I didn't check that on NetTest.
I think it does have like some like I don't know. It had like some sort of menu system built into the exe file that people dug into and found out.
Well, I know Half-Life's menu is part of the exe in the first versions of 1 up to a point. The only thing that it loads after that, so it loads the engine and it loads the client and server, and that's it. The menu is not a separate thing. Zash separates the menu into its own DLL, which I'm fine with. I don't really care. But that one's separate. Ooh, maybe I should do that. Maybe make the menu a separate thing. It would have been interesting if they...
Yeah, I'm looking this up, and NetTest did have some like additional executables for like server and net game stuff.
Oh. I mean, I guess that may have been all the growing pains of them actually doing multiplayer tests initially. Which is weird, because I know when Half-Life first launched 1.0, I know multiplayer was kind of not quite great yet. So I think it was one of those things where they were trying to iron it out with NetTest, and it may not have been done yet. Because I know the 1005 update that came like a little after, I think was when multiplayer was pretty much like set in Half-Life. I think. Oh,
yeah,
well, I can show that. Sure, we can visit that. Clan logo preview. This is probably what the profiles thing would have been. It would have saved all this to a file, and yeah, you could probably pick your profiles as you maybe had different ones or something.
IRC nicknames.
Yeah. Email address. The hot aim. Anyways, I don't know. So yeah, that's what that did. And yeah, I did loosely based it on that. It's really just when you make a save, it makes a save under the user profile. Like it's like save 0, save 1, save 2, save. That's all it does. It just organizes them. That wouldn't be okay. Yeah.
I am a kind of a fan of how Quake's like quick save function is literally just save quick.
Yeah, it just names it quick. That's all it needs to do, really, because it not only will it still have the same code as you see right here, where it finds the latest save, but with it being quick, it doesn't overwrite anything. Besides,
I usually sometimes I set it to save S0, so it will actually appear in the save menu. Because if you do it save quick, it won't.
Oh yeah. No, it filters out the quick save. Yeah, Half-Life did fix that by separately displaying the quick save. But yeah, if you make a save called quick and then you make another save called quick, it just overwrites it with the newer one. And I think, that's the other thing is, I know at some point they did. I don't know if Quake did it, but Half-Life I feel like did it at one point where it would it would step the saves. So like you would have like Quick 01, Quick 02, Quick 03, 4, 5. So you did have backup to a point. I thought maybe Half-Life
did that because it was explicitly like save quick.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. I think Half-Life did something like that. I thought, but maybe not.
I think they might have made like the quick saving like its own actual function.
All right. So all this that loads the So what it does is it looks in the save directory and it just goes like, oh, here's the file time. So it literally looks at the metadata for it, and then, we're not doing that. Just find the. Oh, that's fine. We can paste that, and we can copy this and. Yeah, we can leave that up at the top. And doop, there we go. So that should, in theory, solve the problem. What source port are you using for this? Zash and Quake. Same thing. Zash, but extremely gutted. I cut it open, ripped out all the guts, licked them off, and put them back. That's fine. We can leave it the same. It doesn't matter. Yeah, we can leave it the same. It doesn't matter. No, does it capture the window? Good, it is capturing the window now. So, if I then put the save window right there. Actually, let's go to the subway because it has multiple save points. Alright, so it wrote that one. I don't know that was the newest save. I'm pretty sure it was right there. No? I don't think it's loading the last save. Because it would have put me there. Yeah, what happened? Yeah, it's not doing it actually. Awesome. Good to know. Okay. So what the fuck? What happened? What's the happen, man? Oh, that's why. That'll fix it. It broke again. They did surgery on a Quake. Let's try that again. Test subway. Actually, let's load the save from here. Great. Whoa, why is the FOV that way? No. I thought I fixed that bug, but whatever. Maybe not. There it is. Okay, we're good now. If I die under one, it should create a new one. Oh! It didn't. It cracked. Great. See, that's what you do.
That's what you do as a developer. You don't
How we could do a fun thing here where we attach to process, and we're going to go to developer.exe, and we're going to see why it crashed. So let's user profile 0. All right. Okay. All right. So it's working. User profile. Oops. Set that to 1. See why it crashes. Now it worked. Fuck! Come on. No, why does it work now? Why does it work? Why? Okay, maybe something else. Let's do, oh. You mid-flip. Alright, let's try loading the save. Clearly that must have done something. Yeah. Maybe it's in general. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay. It's in general when I load a save. Alright. That's all it is. Alright, let's reattach the process. Debug thing. Let's load the save. Because the FOV's set to 90 and not 80. Alright. It'll crash and we'll see where it crashes at. There it is. Whoa. It crashed on a Viz leaf. Interesting. What called that? Read access violation for load model load submodels was null PTR, huh? What is it? Okay, it got to there. Load nodes. Well, I don't think load brush model. Load all lumps into heap. Why is it on the Quake Oh, no, because it's underneath it. Never mind. Load world. Oh, y'all can't even see where I'm at because of the... Let's turn this off so y'all can see the debug happening. That would help y'all out. So, yeah.
I was staring at the stream for a solid minute and I didn't even process that.
Okay, there we go. So it crashed here. It was null when it tried to load it. In the stack, it loaded this, which if we click on that, it... no, it's not. It's not it at all. Load leaves. It's here. It goes there. Light grid. Oh, I wonder if it's this. I might need to make sure the light grid shit's at the fucking bottom. Lump size, lump side. Right? Yeah. I think. But I think I need to do all this last because it's at the bottom of the here. Right. Make sure this is. Load mod, any other? Okay, we can close that out. Let's put that at the bottom. I think that's the one thing with the BSPX. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Let's put that. Let's rebuild that. Actually, let's do this as well. Let's just totally clean the build. I'm gonna sound like a robot for a minute. All right. So now we'll have to. The only thing that comes to mind though when you do this stuff is you need to always start with a fresh slate, so no saves. Profile file 0. Same thing. Let's go to the same map, as it seems like it happened there. It may not have happened on other maps. Alright. If I die, it'll be fine. Hello! Welcome to debug. Let's make the window show up. Debug my life away. Yeah, so it does work. Yep, look at that. So that's fine. Quit out the game. Saves there. Let's load the save and attach the process to see if it is happening. Which, for those that don't use Visual Studio regularly, that's up here. You have like attach the process and then reattach the process. You can just do that over and over and over again. That's all. Reattach saves you a lot of time. Anyways, load game. The FOV is still changed, but maybe it'll be okay. See if it crashes. It's fine. Alright, that's the bug fix. I forgot, I think, so... I know why that bug happened. Because BSPX, so I guess story time when I was doing the whole light grid thing. I don't know if I could... Do I have a good map to show light grid? Probably that. Yeah, it'll probably be this. I imagine most of y'all know what the light grid thing is, right? Also, yeah, hello. I may have already said hello to you, but hello, Matt. So, light grid is a system that was added to... I don't know who would have done it first, but it's basically a feature that's in Quake. A lot of Quake source ports. It's also a feature in Quake 2's remaster that Night Dive did. And essentially, to keep story time short, models such as Cam here, or those boxes, or anything that's not the world itself or a sprite, gets lighting from the world via nodes that are throughout the map. You cannot see them, but essentially there's little bits of information throughout the map that will that these models pull when rendering, and they know what to be illuminated at. Old Half-Life or old Quake, Half-Life, Quake 2 were two-dimensional in that the lighting is pulled from the floor, and that's it. No matter how high you go up, the lighting does not change because that is where it's getting the lighting data from, the floor. Half-Life added the ability to pull the light from the nearest ceiling so it could go up, but that is all. That's all it can do. So yeah, I'm right here. I'm illuminated, dark, not. I don't like this in third person because it's very jarring, as you can tell. Light grid makes the data three-dimensional, so instead of it being on the floor, there are little cubes throughout the map that are ever dividing up to a division that you set in the map when you compile it for getting lighting. And basically where Cam is within these, let's say the grid, I don't know how big it is, but let's say the grid is this big. It basically sees where you are here versus here, here, and here in a three-dimensional cube, and it assumes lighting. So it's a lot smoother, and it changes in 3 dimensions. And that's all it does. Very simple. In fact, it's really good here because you can see these boxes are having a lot of trouble being lit, but are fixed quite a bit when they're lit via light grid. The other... Let me turn on the mic. There we go. The other thing to mention with that may have been why it was broken is, so the data for a light grid is additional data to the map format. It is not... So basically when... I can quit out of the game now. So with the map... we can stop debugging. sure. That's not... Just search for that. So when you load a map, it's going to go through an order of how the map is built. So everything is organized in this BSP format so this is all the brush models, B models, and lumps. So that's going to be all your normal geometry and also all of your entity brushes. So like Funk Doors, Funk Wall, Funk Rotating, whatever. Funk Vehicle even. It's all right there. And it loads it in this order. It needs to get the entities, the planes, some models. So this is the order it goes in. BSPX, which is additional lumps added at the end of the file format for compatibility. Because basically, since it's added at the end, if you load this map in an engine that doesn't support light grid, it doesn't know what to do with these, but it just ignores it because it's at the end. It doesn't matter. It got everything it needed. It is stable. It's fine. All this just would probably return an error. We don't know what BSPX is. I don't know why I put it above. I think I might know why, but the reason is when it was above, it probably was throwing this order off, and it does take a little bit longer to read all this than it would be this, and that probably caused that null PTR there where data wasn't set. Also, hello, Gloveman. I'm going to turn down the mic a little bit more. No one said anything
on the stream.
Huh?
The call sounds fine.
On the call it sounds fine. Is it set to use the NVIDIA broadcast? Let me see. Properties. Yeah, it's using NVIDIA broadcast. I'm surprised it's louder there. Why? Alright, well, that's fine. I just need to stop looking at the mic when I talk. Let's do that. Let's turn it away a little bit. Anyways. Since BSPX is at the end, now it probably stops that null PTR. I think the reason why it was for that, I look up light grid. There is a bug I noticed with it. Yeah, right here. Illumination was used. Yeah, getting lighting for the entity. Checking that. This is for the entity lighting. Basically, if I want to pull the vector for the light grid, it needs to be done with a delay, because if I try to ask for this data too soon on the server when the map loads, it will crash because this doesn't have anything. Whoops. And I think that's why I put that light grid data above everything. I thought maybe it might happen sooner, it wouldn't crash, but clearly that created new problems. So at least it's all fixed now. So hooray, we bug fixed. We did it together. That's how you get a participation award. You do that. Actually, wait, I can do this. I can just turn me down. Right there. There we go. Maybe I won't be as loud now. Okay. Perfect. Now it can't peak anymore. Let me turn on my lava lamp. And my other lamp. Oh, and then the other good news that might have... what's the game about? Oh, boy. One of those questions. I'll have to pull it up in a second. But anyways, so tomorrow our music room is going to be built for my drum set and my brother's drum set and all of our music equipment to go into. So, the room that I currently have my stream set up in will which is just my regular bedroom because I don't have an extra room anymore in this house, will suddenly have a lot more room in it because the drum set will be moved out of here along with other stuff. So I can finally face this desk the right direction, or the direction I wanted to. That'll give it a backdrop. And I'm going to put a shelf up with, like a bookshelf up with all of my Half-Life boxes and video game boxes and everything. And then I could, if I have the webcam on or anything, I have a thing to show. And it won't be, just my bed not made up and like some laundry. I mentioned this in the last stream, but yeah. Also, I think I may have mentioned it in the previous stream once I moved down here. But for those who have watched my past streams from years ago, up until probably around 2024 or so, 23, 24. For those who loved the little in-joke with the stream chair, the horribly green, ugly chair that I got off a friend for free, that I just never got rid of and just kept at my house. It's gone. So the stream chair when we moved out of that house and I got the property down here, that I did not take the chair. I went to a furniture store and bought all new furniture because the sofa, because I don't have room because I had a furniture set I got from my parents, which was basically a sofa and a love seat from the 80s, mind you. So it was very timely and it was still comfortable, but it was very worn, in appearance, in that all around where the feet are, it was there was this nice wood trim around it that the glossiness had been scraped off from all of the, people's pant legs and whatnot rubbing and all the legs were snapped off and it was on blocks of wood. The chair was green, so it didn't match. It stuck out like crazy. I'm sorry, I had to go. There was no room for it, and we needed new furniture. So, anyways, on to the question: what the game is about? Let's pull up the website. Hey, it loaded this time, and it didn't pull an error. Great. So, story's pretty short, but basically, to answer your question, Cam is a mechanic. Has a car shop in town. I don't have a name of the town or the city. I don't have a name of it yet, but she works at an auto shop that she owns, and basically, the evil mastermind, just evil character, evil bird, Dr. Henney Penny, wants to take over the world using a Taxermination event, which is to take a bunch of, dead animals and make them live again as cyborg slaves, basically, and take over the world. I think I have it written down that he wants to use living animals as part of his army as well because they might work better. So he goes after different, animals just everywhere, and Cam is one of them. During the scuffle at her shop, because obviously she ain't cool with that, the shop gets blown up, and her sister, who also works there, is taken away to become part of this. And so the plot of the game is to get your sister back and avenge the destruction of your livelihood, your shop. And that's the plot. This reminds me of Crash Bandicoot. I'm glad it does. I like just
the character.
I don't know. I like
in the game.
I like the sheer amount of different games people compare this to. Over the years, they're like, dude, this is like Siphon Filter and all this stuff. I'm like, man, if only I played those, I would know what those are like and say I was based on that. I hate to say, mostly it's Jak and Daxter, mainly Jak 2 and 3. It's mostly Jak 2, 3, and Ratchet and Clank. some Conquer in there with the blood and stuff, and you know, that sort of thing. Siphon filter does look kind of close. As far as some of the aesthetic goes, I can't say it's based on that because I didn't play. You know, I don't remember that game like at all. If I played it, I don't remember. I rewatched footage of it like on YouTube, and I was like, okay, I could see the similarities here, but it's a complete, you know, coincidence. I just had no intention of that. Hell, the font being, or like the HUD graphics being, the LCD sort of display was just because nothing else really fit, and I was like, you know, this fits pretty well. And then there's another N64 game I saw, Space Station Silicon Valley used a similar, you know, basically the same kind of thing. I was like, okay, that works, and I just kept the look. Hell, one of the things I commissioned of Ash, who did the art of Cam that, you know, I use on the streams and everything. When I asked him to do the art, well, before that, I asked him if he could do like a pre-rendered HUD for like Cam when she's taking damage, similar to like Banjo-Kazooie, where it was like a very progressional effect, and he made the whole like the model and everything, made the rig and all that, so I could do it. And then I just didn't like how it looked in game, unfortunately, so I just never used it. I don't know what I'll do with the head. I kind of want to do something with it, but I don't know yet.
Mario 64 intro?
Maybe. I might do the VTuber thing where I make the head like rigged to respond to me talking, and I don't know, do something stupid with it. Camouflage for you. Wee. Analog font. Yeah, basically analog. Because the other thing I thought about with the game, if I go with text, mostly text-based related dialogue, is Cam's dialogue during missions will be, you know, like your mission-related goals can all be done via a beeper. You know, a pager, which is a totally dead thing in 2026, but was extremely popular in the 80s and 90s, which is, this game is set in the early to mid 90s, so it fits. No cell phone. Beeper. Same like with the soundtrack. I kind of want it to be mostly like rock and grunge of the late 80s and early 90s. I like how it sounds.
Yeah.
I like how it sounds, so I want to do it. In fact, we'll play one song.
Yeah, we got Dirt by Alice in Chains playing in the back. Very fitting for the...
Yeah, we could. I did Angry Chair on one. Here, we can do this Mother Love Bone song. Just for... We'll play one song kind of quietly and hope I don't get sued.
Play it and fast forward.
There you go.
We're really slow to make it more ambient.
If I have it on... Oh, I could do that, technically. Yeah, I might do that. Let's see if I have it saved. Let's go to my music folder. Do I have any Mother Love Bone saved on this computer? I have Mad Season. Not Mother Love Bone, though. That is unfortunate. I do have plenty of Alice in Chains. And Temple of the Dog. And Pearl Jam.
Yeah. Let's see.
Why am I looking at S for Alice in Chains? I don't know why I was like in the totally wrong area for that.
I got Sidewinder. 9 Inch Nails, PJ Harvey, Soul Coughing, Soul Collective, I guess.
Yeah, let's load up Mixcraft and play Man in the Box, but really low pitch. I use Mixcraft. Shut up. I don't have FL Studio. I don't have FL Studio.
I don't have I need like a good option for like composition creation because I don't have one.
Preferences. Is this going to go out the right thing? Good. Let's lower the quality a little bit. Let's do 16 stereo. Maybe that way it doesn't use as many resources as to do the downs, the pitch down. 6 semitones should be enough, and we'll slow it down by 125%. If YouTube detects this, I'm gonna be upset. I can do Mickey Mouse too and make it really high pitched. That's kind of amusing, I'm not gonna lie.
Can you make it backwards?
I actually can. Can I do reversed at normal speed?
I'm not sure actually.
Pretty good.
I used to watch YouTube videos where they would like reverse a song and they would like make up the lyrics of what it sounds like, what they're saying.
There, I sped it up to 50%. And it's negative 12 semitone. Oh my god, it's like Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh, it could Paul stretch.
Alice and Chickmunks.
I don't know Paul stretch. Not I can stretch out a song quite a lot, but it doesn't or let's do 0 semitones. And let's do, can I do 300%? Yeah, I can.
We're just gonna ignore Alice and the Chipmunks.
I acknowledged it.
Here, actually, let's do 500%. Oh, I can only do 400%. I'm so sorry.
You ever heard like Chipmunks at 16 speed or whatever it was? 16 RPM?
It's great. It's great.
It'll eventually reach the part where Lane sings. He's been screaming for a while. I like it. It's pretty amusing, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, that's enough of that. Oh man, that whole tangent was just saying that I wanted to have grunge for the soundtrack in Foxgun. That's what happens. This is why nothing gets done on streams. we do this a lot. We do this.
Like I call this 2 in the morning humor.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of things that I mentioned in the call, one of our calls before, but not on stream. My keyboard that's like only 3 years old is dying already. And not in that it's not functionally working. It just doesn't, like, here, let me get the webcam on so y'all can see this travesty. Since we're not getting anything done. If you have any other Foxgun questions. Also, if you're a composer that does like grunge or something like that, rock grunge, might be worth sending me stuff. because that will be a guaranteed thing that has to happen. Because if no quite makes the music I'm thinking of, I'll just have to do it myself, and that'll take more time. Let's see. Will the webcam work? Video capture device? Let me make sure this is working. Doesn't show it working. It doesn't show it working. Oh yeah, it does. But I can't. OBS virtual camera. Oh, there it is. All right. Resolution FPS. Sure. There we go. Yeah, keyboard, as you could tell, yeah, see all the keys that are just not illuminated in the crate? Every day a new one stops illuminating. This isn't even RGB. This is just a backlit screen, or I mean a backlit keyboard in pulse mode. So like if I hit it, it pulses. Fucking worthless. And it's MX Browns, which is really great because I can't get this keyboard in browns anymore. They just don't make it. I can either get really clicky, I think it's blue, or the linear reds. I forgot which one was a clicky and which one was a linear. If it was blue or red, I get them mixed up. But I like brown. I don't want to click, but I want to know that it got pressed. I don't know why this is such an uncommon thing, like keyboard choice. But anyways, yeah. Thanks, Logitech. I'm glad this broke after just a couple years of not even regular use. Anyways, rant over. Ace is wrong. I can't buy anymore either. Why is anything with MX Browns just going away? I don't know why that's not the most popular keyboard type. It doesn't make all the fucking noise of a mechanical keyboard, but it is mechanical. And you have tactile feedback. I don't get why it's not popular. I'm sorry, I don't want like a printing press for a keyboard. Anyways,
no man, you don't understand. We love waking people up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I like being in a call with anyone and then just hearing click. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Was I typing? Yeah, we heard ya. You know how like this? You know how like a deaf, someone that is deaf can get really good at like lip reading. I bet someone with really good hearing could figure out what keys you're hitting.
That'd be a horrifying concept.
Bro, you're such a big fan of hitting the... You like hitting the N key on your keyboard a lot. Yeah? Dude. That's the only thing with it being a Discord. I have to drag it over. Beavis and Butthead. That's what it was. I need a drink. Be right back. Yeah. And I would recommend for those that really want to taste. I mean, I have that playlist on YouTube for music inspiration for Fox game. But hello, did you die? No, I had to go get a drink. But anyways, with the music inspiration, highly recommend you listen to. Besides just that playlist, if you listen to the playlist, you can get a vibe from it. But really listen to how the music is mastered for like the first Pearl Jam album, the Mother Love Bone album, the Apple, and then like the first two Alice in Chains albums. Very, the guitar has a bit of a chug to it, but otherwise it has a nice overall sound to it. Like it's not too heavy, not too distorted, not anything too crazy. The drums kick has a nice punch to it, but the snare has the typical 80s high reverb with a nice compressor to it to make it carry the start of that reverb, and then it quickly drops off. Mother Love Bone did that even more so than the other ones. Bass usually not very distorted, but just a little bit. And that's generally the sound. Mother Love Bone was a fan of pianos, whereas Pearl Jam used more synthesizers here and there. But otherwise, it's not a whole lot to it. The composition itself just kind of depends on what you wanted to not like note down on a chart. Do you have a link to the playlist? Yes, I do. Hang on. I'm eating a roll. Cinnamon roll.
I ate a corn dog and some fries.
All right, chat. What did y'all eat? Like, I hope y'all are eating. Hope y'all be eating and not starving. Let's go to playlists. That damn music. Can I share it right from here? Get shareable link. There we go. Copy to clipboard. Shrink. Bump. There it is. YouTube can't even embed its own fucking links in its own... Whatever. I will say that's what Jack 2 did a lot. Was the music was purposely written around. I'm not sure how he did it. It was kind of insane because not only does it change if you have the gun out or the hoverboard out, which is fairly easy to do. That's just layering different tracks on each other, like as the song's playing. Reignited does the same thing too, where if you're charging or not. But what he does is he has purposely made stingers that will play in the music if you like get into combat or you're about to be attacked. I'm not sure how he fucking managed to do that to work with the beat of the song, but he did, or the composer did. It's kind of crazy, and they never did it after that. Jack 3 has none of that, like, at all. The soundtrack is super basic, and it doesn't change at all with the environment. Queens of the Stone Age. Stone Temple Pilots, yeah. I haven't listened to a whole lot of Queens of the Stone Age. I know of them because of the Ricky Gervais podcast and whatnot, but I need to, I guess, listen to them more. That's the problem, is the 90s catalog has really increased a lot recently, or a lot in the past couple of years, but I don't have a whole lot of... Well, yeah, I know that. That's what I was talking about, where you could have different tracks play based on if you have a gun or not. I'm talking about writing in stingers and like surprise noises that like happen when you're about to be attacked. Like, you can't just fade that in and out, because you would have to make it play on the beat and then like, it's, I don't know, it's really weird. It's like As far as I'm aware, I think the music is written to where it'll loop certain sections and it'll go to the next section of the song if that happens. I think that's how it's like written. I'm not sure, but it's really crazy. Kind of. I mean, the only way to really experience it is you got to play Jack 2. The first Jak and Daxter kind of has it, but the second one really has it. The third one doesn't have any special effects at all with the music, so if you want to hear it, don't play that one. I mean, I guess so. It's probably easier than you would think. It's just the fact that it works. Now, granted, the only thing is with me, I would have to add a totally custom music player in Zash for this because MP3s don't support any of this. I would have to make it load a stemmed file format like a FLAC or OGG, I think, can do it as well. There's a couple formats here and there. I'd have to make a player that would support it. I could say right now, as far as the game is concerned, for the demo, no, I'm not doing any of that. That is a lot of work. Probably not. I don't see a reason why to put it on Godot or anything. I don't know those. I don't know those workflows, and I don't want to anymore. I thought about it at the start, but I have just no interest learning it. So I'll do the same thing I did with Quake. The source code's available. The source code is there. If you want to make it work on something, by all fucking means, make it work. I put the ball into everyone else's court when they do that. I would say Sandbox, but, well, Sandbox, what I've recently seen from it, it's a very powerful tool, like as far as doing stuff within Source 2, and it's improving. I think that's one of the balls that Gary dropped on that fucking thing, is just not advertising the game-making capabilities, like, at all. Yeah, it's a successor to Gary's mod. No, it's not. It's a Source 2 game creator that happens to have a sandbox mode. Let's be real. Let's be real here. Oh yeah, and you could sell it because the Source, the sandbox thing. Yeah, you could sell it. I mean, Zash, at this point, Zash will be so good it doesn't matter. I'm not even going to call it Zash on launch. It will be called Mash or something stupid. Mashed potato. Someone joined the Discord? Oh, hey, someone did. Timus the Fox. Howdy. Welcome. Anyways. It's you. Welcome. Phone went off. Hang on, I gotta make sure it's not like something important. It is not. I'm just gonna stick with what I know. I'm gonna stick with what I know. I'm more efficient at what I know. I can make it do what I want. Foxgame already runs in Linux, so Windows and Linux are already good. Which means it'll run on a Steam Deck. And it should run on the Steam machine. It may not run on your phone, but I kind of don't want you to play it on your phone. I'm gonna be real. Could it be ported to a console? That would be so fucking difficult to do that. I'm gonna be real. Like, this will not actually run on an N64 or a PS1. I would have to totally remake the game to support that.
It's like a PS2 or a Dreamcast game to me.
It could run, like, yeah, I could see it on a Dreamcast just because, like Half-Life, Quake, and Dreamcast is pretty good. Same with a PS2. I don't know those architectures, though, and there isn't an easy game maker for those, so yeah, a PC, sorry. Don't expect it on a PS5 or an Xbox One. I don't even know what the market's going to be like once this is out. Are consoles even going to fucking exist anymore? It doesn't seem like they do it already. There's the Switch 2. That's it. And the Switch 2 is kind of just people that don't mind spending a shit ton of money on another Switch. I didn't get the Switch 2. I kind of didn't see the point. The Switch had enough games on it at the point I bought it where I was like, okay, it's fine. But
wasn't the hardware really weak on the Switch 1 though?
Yeah, the Switch 2 has superior hardware, but I don't know if it's enough to really justify the means.
The Switch 1 was just like a better Wii U hardware-wise. Like, it was just a bit more powerful than that. But the Switch 2 is... I don't know. I think it's like... Maybe... It's probably the most powerful Nintendo that they've made, but like... Still, it's about as powerful as like maybe a PS4, I think.
Yeah. I think the other worst thing about it, which is why I'm like, are those even going to exist, is besides like the Nintendo people that'll buy it no matter what, like the Switch 2 and the Switch 1 both coexist, which is kind of crazy. And the Switch 1 still gets price increases, even though it's it's the inferior console. Like they're just, I don't understand the console market anymore. I don't get it. It just there's
Nintendo's
no reason.
Nintendo's still advising devs to make stuff for the Switch 1 instead of the Switch 2 because it's just going to end up running on the Switch 2 anyway.
Yeah.
But like, it's also because like they don't want to give out as many development kits for the Switch 2, which I don't understand why.
I don't care. Consoles are dead to me. I don't see the point of consoles. PC.
Yeah.
Consoles have really just not justified their existence in the past. The 2020s has just been, why do they still exist?
I feel like this is definitely going to be the last sort of like, or semi-last sort of actual console generation before everything just switches over to PC-based hardware.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like ARM or whatever. I don't know.
I just foresee at this point with consoles that after this generation, I don't know what they're going to come up with next. I think humanity will be destroyed by then. I just don't see anything happening. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. But I could tell you one thing. I don't see the point. No, Fox Game is on PC. It'll be on PC and Linux. Have fun.
Consoles in the future are probably going to be like existence type shit. Just like the little meat baby that you plug into your brain.
Yeah, and then the virus gets uploaded to your head, and then you're like that guy from the Matrix that gets taken over by Agent Smith.
Yeah.
You just go around shooting people. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe people are just being programmed by the Agent Smith to commit horrible crimes. It is because of you, Mr. Anderson, because of you. I am now unplugged. I'm a free man, so to speak, like you. Handhelds, there is still a market for. I mean, yeah, there could be, but Sony fucks that up every time they enter it. And then there's never a true portable anymore. Everything's just tablets. Which I kind of don't care for because I can just get a laptop that's way more powerful than all of those consoles and form factor wise is just as small. The computer I'm using right now is a laptop that comes with a 3080 and a Ryzen 9. It costs
handheld was like that whole scene's actually doing pretty well ever since the release of the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
It's like a booming competition.
It's cool. I don't need to get a Steam Deck or anything. Laptop does it just fine. I'm good. I don't need one of those. If you make it as small as a 3DS, sure, I'll put it in my pocket. But
Personally,
I
I'd love to see
not see that
something
happening.
that's sort of like more Vita-sized.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I got my Vita. I need to do something with it.
You definitely gotta mod it, because once you do that, it's fantastic. It really unlocks its potential.
Yeah. Anyways. We were working on shit, and then yeah, that happened. Anyways, let's get something done. Let's stop goofing around. All right, so we don't need that anymore. Let's do. Should we mess with the saves now or later? Or maybe I should fix that funk pendulum thing. So let's go to the server.
That's what I was about to suggest.
Let's make those happen, because that's a problem.
Something you're gonna have to fix eventually.
Funk balance plat. What did I even name these things? Funk balance plat. What was it called in Alice? What was they called? Because this really should be called Funk Seesaw. But I didn't know what to call it at the time. I don't know. Funk Fulcrum. Yeah, Funk Seesaw, better name. Fulcrum. I mean, I get it, because it has a point at which it tilts. But one thing, though, is what makes it not work. In fact, let's go to the dev folder and change that map again to not have the soccer balls. Test balance. Steam computer thingamabob. Yeah, I still want to try Steam Machine whenever they exist. Oh, hey, the caps lock key went out. That was the newest key to go out. Hooray. Actually, that's what y'all should do in the chat. Place bets. What's the next key on this keyboard that's going to lose the light? I can actually close this out now. I shouldn't need to hear the dragon anymore. Save a little bit of resources. And we're going to rename this to Funk Seesaw. Caps lock, kind of the last one you want to have the lighting up functionally. Well, it's got its own little indicator in the top right that actually like shows me if it's on or off. It's just the actual illumination like of the key like backlit is out. But that ain't that big a deal. I mean, if all the keys go out, I mean, I guess that's kind of cool. I guess I'll just have a regular keyboard. A regular ass keyboard again. So we're gonna name these to all Funk Seesaw. And then build the code. It's not a world brush, so we don't need this line. And it always thinks, so it thinks more frequently. Let's build the map. Uh-oh.
Ugh.
Oh, that works. So why is it not? So it's still thinking. It's not like it stopped thinking or stopped doing that. Or maybe it has. Maybe that's what did happen. Alert. Semicolon, and that'll be that. Oh no, I was. I saw your video and I saw it was cool, but I actually did this well before that video existed. I just Vasia showed me your video. If you know Vasia at all, which is neat that I didn't know it was. See, that's the thing is I played American McGee's Alice. I totally forgot it was in that. Like it totally slipped my mind that those were in there, and that they existed at all. I based mine off of Mario 64. That's why the shape of the objects themselves are based on some of the ones that are in the game itself. Yeah, I did it around April 1st or so. April 1st or so, back. Yeah, around then. No, I remember I said that the first time I saw him was at Mario 64. I just thought it was weird that they never really used him again after that. It seemed a little weird to me that they just never did that again. I thought it was a kind of a neat idea, being on a platform that can go back and forth based on where you're at.
Mario 64 itself or in
Like games after.
series or yeah.
Then not a lot of games did much with it.
Well, I think platform is kind of like I don't know.
Well, they're thinking, which is great. Die. Ah, okay. It's not that hard. They're just not coming back from a load. So that means the think is being not set. I need to wake them up. I think that's active fate, right? Let me go to another B model. There's a function for it. I forgot what it's called. Boss gate. No, it's not that. Use. No, it's not that either. Okay, they may not have I did some models of it previously in that like first attempt at working on the game some years ago. I have some of those like in the Discord if you wanted to scroll through and look at them. The design will probably change a little bit, but I still have an idea in my head. C base and C. Time to go through these and find functions that I need. Restore. Activate, I think, is what I need to do. I think it's the activate function. Right. To the server. Client, doors. No, not that. Activate. Oh. It don't do shit, man. Okay, well, we can put the function there anyways. It should utilize it. Kinda. Yeah, I said there's media of it in the Discord. I want to get this working first before I pull it up. Because once I pull that up, I'm going to be distracted again. We can put it here. Boop. Let's see if this fixes it. Probably not. Actually, does the thing... that's fine. Actually, with always think, do I need to set it to 0.01 or can I leave it at 0.1? Because 0.1 would be better. Oh, yeah. That works just as good. Yeah, see? That works. Oh, there we go. Fixed.
Ugh.
Oh, it even remembers where it was. How great. All right, we're good now. Go away. All right. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, let me get that image of the shop if I have it in the Discord. I think I do. Actually, I think I worked on it on this computer. It may be in ShareX. Let's see. Screenshot, ShareX. Let's go back to... no, probably not. I'm in 2023 already. Oh, no. It's here. Here's a version of it that I made many years ago. Back in 2023, the ancient year of that. That's kinda... I had this one as well. And I had that as well. Yeah, there's a couple designs I had there. Oh, and here's the... yeah, this is what I sent to Ash. It'd be like, yeah, I want something like this. Could you make that? And then Ash was like, here you go. Yeah, as I said, I didn't do anything with it. Unfortunately. I don't think I have any other images of level design. Oh, that's that texture alignment crap. Yeah, that's what. I don't know if I updated her design anymore since then. I might have. Let's see. Going through the old stuff. There's a random image of Butthead from the side, but not like saying anything, so it looks kind of weird. Yeah, that's kind of it. I don't have any other, because at the end of the year I was still doing a lot of programming stuff. That's the problem. It kind of just turned into that, pretty much. A lot of just getting programming done. I didn't do a lot of level design because of trying to get that the game as functional as possible. Yeah, I don't see anything. The mechanic cam. After I pointed that thing out, Chilovek, he hadn't said anything. Hopefully, I didn't scare him off with that. He just kind of. It's weird how he showed up too, right when I was doing that. Then again, he may have saw because that was a part of the stream. I don't know. I appreciate what you're doing with the first person awareness stuff, with like the legs and the arms movement in your project. I thought it was really cool. The newest Beavis and Butthead movie implies there's like a multiverse of different Beavis and Butthead universe.
I've read about it.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I'd alternate universes of Hank Hill.
Isn't that just Tom Anderson?
So that means you're implying there's maybe. I think more so you're implying there's a universe of King of the Hill where Peggy doesn't survive the plane, her jumping out of the plane. That's what I think you're telling me. Oh, we lost Nash. He had to go sleep. He sent that a minute after my clock. He sent that at 8:52, but it was only 8:51 on my clock. That's weird. Yeah, time traveler. I think so. Dot forward, a velocity, limit velocity. So this limits the speed. And this limits y, because, yeah, we're not going to ever have these twists. And this is it returning to 0. Because, see, what I would like it to do is when you get to an extreme, yeah, it restores itself back to normal, but it'd be great if it Yeah, because it just goes back to there. I kind of want it to. It's weirder than that. Let's set this to. And with the Y or the Z axes. Let's get rid of the smooth function of it. All right. So. Oh no, that one's a positive. There we go. There we go. We got that. Fall Guys, this would be cool if like. It'd be cool. I don't know how possible it would be, but it would. How possible it is, but would be cool if Cam could use her wrench to hand to bolts. To hold on to bolts, kind of like a magnet for platforming. I probably. I don't know. Most games like Jack or whatnot just have like a swinging pole that like you grab onto and you can swing around and then let go of and it'll shoot you off in a direction. I don't know what I could do with the wrench. I hate to say the wrench is I struggle to find ways to use it that aren't going to be like half baked. Oh, actually, here's a thing we can do. We need a fix because there's a bug actually in the code unrelated to this, but if we go here, and obviously if we die, I can keep spawning these, but those are actually a different body group for the gun. If I cheat it to 1, it actually, because the weapon model for the player copies exactly what the player is, like it copies all the animations, copies the skin, you know, the body groups and everything. It's setting the body group of the weapon to 1, which is the on the ground version. So I need to fix that because yeah. Let's fix that. The easiest way to fix that is look there. Okay, so this is the drawing code. Yeah, draw studio model. Okay. So it looks up shoot sequence. Oh, okay. I need this version here. I'm about to say this is what I need. Weapon model. Okay. Render model. Name. Sequence. Okay. We just need to set the. Like Mirror's Edge. I no idea. You'd have to tell me about that. I actually haven't played Mirror's Edge. No idea what that is. Do we got? That's just data. I don't need that. I need to. M underscore P current entity cur state dot body is equal to 0. Let's just force it to 0. Maybe that might fix it. Oh, well. No, I need them to explain what they're talking about with Mirror's Edge. I have no idea what the. I play video games sometimes. I mostly don't. Hey, there you go. See, there's a fix. Okay. Mirror's Edge, you use pipes to kind of swing yourself over gaps and stuff. Oh. Well, yeah. I think you'll need to play Jack 2 and like Ratchet and Clank. I think I should play those because what's in those is what's going to be in this to an extent. Because that's exactly a thing that's already known. Have you played SOCOM? I've played the SOCOM game on PSP. I think it's Fire Team Bravo 2. And that's it. So I don't know what you're asking with SOCOM, but my experience with that is very, very not many games. What are you doing today? Oh, a whole bunch of different stuff. We were mainly procrastinating. And now I'm working on a fix for the player. And I'm working on these seesaw mechanics. I mean, I already fixed the issue with them, but now I can like make them complete. Make them a little bit better. A little bit better and less bad. The old code down there. What the hell do you do that for? Fuck off. All right, so let's make this -8 and then 8. And that should create sort of a swinging animation, maybe. We can have it accelerate by 4 instead of 8. So yeah, fixing the seesaw stuff, making it done, fixing a couple other bugs. Mostly just chatting about nothing at all. Yeah, pretty much that. Oh, see, there you go. That's what I was trying to do. Yeah, look at that. It's a super basic variant of it, but yeah. Little spring back. Okay, I'm gonna be real. I don't need a million ideas on things I kind of can figure. I gotta be real here. I'm actually gonna charge y'all to give me ideas. Like, y'all have to pay me for saying things I already know. Accelerative. All right, so we need to make some code to accelerate the A velocity until it goes past a point. So let's do that. In this case, it's going to be this. I know everything. It's going to be equal to that. It's a negative value, so if it's less than, I have no idea. 16 or 24. If it's less than negative 24, is equal to negative 24. And we'll do a positive cap. And if it's greater than negative 8, we'll set it to that. So that's what it is. Yeah. And then this one is a positive cap. So this is a positive cap. So if it's less than or greater than 24, and if it's less than 8, set to 8. And then we can set the velocity to f speed x. What? Do you know? Yeah, as someone who views code as black magic, satanic shit, still curious, are you making these mechanics at engine level or higher layer? Like Quake C? C++. This is all server side stuff. If you were like in regular vanilla Quake, this would be like a QC file. Because I think there literally is a B models QC file. I just think it's stupid. I kind of hate QC. I think it's silly and weird in this day and age. Also, I'm not a Linux man, which seems to be the current thing that like keeps QC alive. Because Windows has a lot less support for it, like in a using a modern programming setup. I kind of don't like Notepad++. I kind of like IntelliSense. So yeah. I don't know. This was X or Y. Let's find out. Oh, there they go. All right, cool. Totally broken. Wire. Oh, that's why. Nothing kind of brings it back. Just make it not QC. Just make it not, you know? Well, that was pointless if it's just going to do that. Yeah, Visual Code, I think, has a Quake C plugin or setup for it so that we can do that. I don't. I just don't. Give me just give me C. Give me C++. Give me something. I like my DLLs. I mean, I could make this build to a dot what is that in Quake? A dot dat?
Yeah, progs.dat.
Yeah, progs. I can make it build a dot dat. It won't. It's not any different, really. It's just, compiled. I can make it load a dot dat and it'll work. But .dll's kind of the standard Windows thing these days. So I'm gonna merge the client, the server, and the engine, the menu into one big happy family, and this is gonna build game.dll, game.exe. That's what I really should do. I need to merge things together, make it less of a pain in the ass. So this is not doing what I want to code-wise. What about that? Uninitialized variable. Okay. You gonna keep complaining? Yeah, that's what I thought. Fucking thought. Why? I really don't know. Sometimes you don't. Limit velocity. Oh, you know what? That's probably it. That works better. That's really weird. This has to be Z, right? It's got to be the reason why it's behaving so weirdly. Yeah, let's do the Z one. Let's make a separate variable for Z, because it's gonna need to be Z. Is it greater than negate? Yeah, we could do the same thing. Do the same thing. We're just gonna do a whole big ol' Z. 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 Are you getting sleepy? Counting all these Z's?
Maybe.
Oh. There we go. Build. That's the wrong map. There's separate things happening. So cursed. I'm confused on why it's immediately we're going back and it's just calling it a day. It shouldn't. If it's greater than or less than. I don't know. That's really weird. I don't know, man. I don't like being like this. You know what? I know exactly what to do. I know what to do. Speed Racer knows what to do. You want to know how Santa Claus delivers all those presents to all the boys and girls? If you ever wanted to know how he does that, how does he do that? He puts it on slayaway. Vroom vroom, chopper boy. What the what the fuck? How is it doing that? It's returning back to home. It's not even accelerating anymore. Look. It doesn't even build up speed. What's happening? Oh. Oh, well, okay, never mind. I'm an idiot. This would be why. They're being reset to 0, which isn't helping. For 1. Welcome to in function variables versus not. What? It's kind of cool. You gotta admit, that's kind of cool. This is... That's awesome. Willy Wonka-esque fucking shit.
Isn't this Funk Pendulum on steroids at this point?
Wait, the what?
Isn't this just Funk Pendulum on steroids at this point?
Yeah. You know, my thing though is because I increased the byte data for a velocity and all that. Funk Pendulums always made me annoyed because they were always very. Oh, wait, what? Oh, wait, what? Oh, well, whatever. Fuck it. Anyways, due to network compression in Half-Life and all that, Funk Pendulum's actual like angular rotation and like math gets fairly compressed on the network, which is why Funk Pendulums always seemed kind of sporadic and like very weird. That like it may travel like the full, like let's say it's supposed to rotate like a 45-degree angle back and forth. Sometimes it'll like reach the 45, sometimes it'll be like 40, then it might be like 43, then 40. Yeah, it's all part of that. When you like increase the bit depth of that to be far more accurate, it actually works right. That's how these are. If I put the bit depth back to how it used to be, it's way worse. I forgot where they were, but they are somewhere here. It's not Aval. I think it's angles. Angles 24 at 128. If I make those, I think 16 or 10 by 1. I think 8 by 1. Yeah, let's do well, I can show you later, but I want to make sure this works first. Works as intended. Always does. Now it shouldn't.
Everything works as intended if you say it does, and you make the thing.
Oh. Only I had the logic to actually fling you off of the thing.
Yeah, like a good hazard.
All right, let's put the
Can't
speed.
cartwheel into the air.
It would be great, but unfortunately, not real physics. Only partially real physics.
Never said it had to be real physics.
And they make ragdolls. It just flings her and she becomes a ragdoll until she lands. Oh, and it's back to doing that again. I don't understand that. How? How does it do that? Is it the else if that's doing it? Like, how is it reaching equilibrium and just stopping? I don't get that at all. Let's try just 2 separate ifs with no else in there. I don't know if that'll make it functionally do anything different, but more of a shot. Oh, great. I'm surprised it's working so poorly. I don't understand how it's doing that. Oh, what are you doing? Stop. I don't know how it's doing that. It's not running any of those functions. Don't. This is always the baffling thing with these entities. I mean, the only thing that comes to mind is that I can make it, instead of changing the A velocity, I can literally make it change the angle. You know, and do plus equals to F speed X. Like so, and see what it does. Same thing here. I could do angles.z. So basically, A velocity is, if you give it a value, it will always rotate at that speed. Whereas angles obviously is the actual rotation of it. And I know I'm not like wrapping the angle around. Yeah. You know. Yeah, I really don't know. I really don't know sometimes. I really don't know. I gotta look at the gerbil. I'm gonna have to do it. Because it uses A velocity a lot as well. So what's happening, man? What's up? Well, that's it dying. Okay. That's the shooting. Okay. So if the A velocity is less than this, add that. If it's greater than this, then add that. And okay. If it's greater than 45 and it's less than. I might have to do a little bit more math then. Okay. Well, we need the A velocity to. Okay. And let's also get rid of Z. We're just not going to deal with the axis right now. Let's just not. I don't want to deal with it. Okay. So, if we look at the hamster, go. So if it's greater than 45s and A velocity Z is greater than negative 15. And that, if not that. If it's greater than that. Oh, phone went on, all sorts of stuff happening on my phone. One commented on my old YouTube video. Interesting. Uh, Thomas thought I was gonna see his post on X, but I don't check my notifications when I'm on stream. I try to not, just in case. So unfortunately, it did not go through. Okay, so let's try this. So it's going to set this to a negative value. And a velocity is less than 0. No. It's greater than 0. And then we can go here and then set this to less than 0. And that should, I think, work. Should work. I don't know if it'll do anything. It goes back and just stops. It's a Christmas miracle. I'm curious how that does anything. I'm confused on what's happening here. There's something is up, and I'm not sure what. I don't know what it's doing. There's so little for it to functionally do wrong. I don't know how it can get stopped. I'm baffled by this. Unless it's really thinking every frame. It has to be. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it shouldn't think every frame. Maybe that's it. Always think. Get rid of that. Let's try it like this. I don't know. I'm starting to just... I'm confungled. It works better. It's just the accuracy of it. I don't see. I really don't. I really don't get it. It accelerates per. Okay, you know what? Here's a better idea. Let's just. Well, what does this do in the engine? Let's just see what Zash does with this stupid thought. All right. Okay. So it thinks every frame. So, I mean, so if I were to get rid of that and then just do this, this should be the same thing, right? I to be perfect. Huh? I think there's still some slop in the... Well, we can do this. We can mess with the delta list. Because it's not here. It's none of that. There's angles there. Weapon data I can really delete at this point because that's not a thing. Let's make it 8. 8. Let's see how gross it is now. It'd be way more stuttery. Oh. This is not. Uh, 16 by 8. Nah, it's not that one. Ain't that one either. Which one of you is it? Interesting. Interesting how it just kind of continues to work. I guess I'll just put them all back. The bit depth doesn't seem to matter anymore. It did before. Now it really doesn't. Oh, there it is. Yeah, if you want to get the old yeah, if you want to get the old punch from like the alpha in Half-Life, that's how you do it. Look at that. It's like you're going back in time.
Make claymation.
Yeah.
Or just stop motion in general.
Into you. Anyways. Alright. So clearly this doesn't matter. This isn't influencing it. She blink. Yes. She does blink. I gotta figure out how to make it bounce between one and the other. Which I may, yeah, honestly, I might just do this from the fly sideways. Use those smooth functions anyways. Ba, 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 ba. Let's just have it do things. Let's watch it go crazy. It's going to do this regardless of if I influence it or not. Balance. Oh yeah, FPS max. 2. Wait, what? It doesn't correct itself. Interesting. Eight. Rid of this crap. It's kind of a neat mechanic there where it doesn't correct itself. It'd be worth checking on that. I don't know. It just kind of does what it wants. Yeah, if you go to the stream earlier, it works. For the most part, it works. It's not perfect. There's not a whole lot you would want to do with it, but it does work. I think the .98 might be a good savior in this to yeah. Huh. Wait, if it's less than 0 plus 8, if it's greater than 0, I don't know why it was negative 0. Well, the something utilizing that would be good. Here, actually, if anything, I can envy ball. Envy soda. Actually, I need to put them like here and there because they're gonna fall to the ground otherwise. Sometimes it takes a bit to get them going, but yeah, they do react. Oop. All right, so get rid of those. I I don't know what he did with that, but I'm gonna assume no as well. I don't think that just works.
Well, that was just to do with hitting a prop limit.
A prop limit? No, because you can't. There's a maximum number of cans in the world. So no. I think that's what everyone's been telling me when I post all the cans in the video. The San Andreas thing. I'm like, no, maximum amount of cans in the world. Can't do it. Impossible. But even then, so there's nothing you'll get out of spawning a bunch of cans that'll benefit your game. All you're gonna get is eventually the server crashes, and not like the game crashes. The server gives up, so everything just like despawns, including the player. Uh, so you don't really get anything
Still that
beneficial.
one video, the grenade launcher.
Huh? Yeah. There is a newer, yeah, basically that's the same thing, but there is a screenshot. I mean, there's this video.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah. See how it's not crashing? And then, if I go to the screenshots of that map, it should... Yeah, this is what happens. Datagram failure. Yeah, so... Nothing good'll happen, only death. Alright, so this is that. Okay, so the angle is greater than 0, and this one is less than 0. What I can do is take this, and this is if fabs is not equal to 0. So before it's 0, it will slow down, and then uh, Okay, I will look at it later. Keep loading the wrong map. Not gonna work. I might have to do 2 separate think functions or something. A boolean for like slow down or something. Where it stops it and then it recovers. Then I gotta ponder with what time we at? We're at almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, the perfect time to stop streaming. That is. Not to stop whatever y'all are doing, like breathing or something. Because it's late. The magic number 3. Yeah, it just reached 3. So, yeah, I think for now, I'll end the stream here because no, it's time to stop breathing. Yeah, that's true. Y'all do that. Let me know how it goes. Stop the stream here so I can go take a snooze. And yeah. Well, yeah, I'll hold my breath and I'll let you know how it goes 2 weeks from now. But yeah, that way I can just work on stuff again off the stream. But yeah, I say it went pretty good. I say it went pretty well. I enjoyed the stream. I'm glad y'all made it. There's actually quite a lot of y'all here. So yeah. Alderberry. You just said Benry. I'm sorry, Gloveman. Timeout. You were in timeout for exactly 10 seconds now.
More than enough time to think about what you said.
Yeah, think about saying those words. I'll give them 10 seconds to come back and say bye. But all right, yeah. I'm glad y'all all made it to the stream. Hopefully we have another one. About 2 weeks from now. Hopefully things get progressed. Maybe in the 2 weeks I might get this video out of the seesaw and whatnot. I still got the one to do for the soccer ball as well, but writing a script and figuring out what to say is hard, so that'll be. But yeah. So long. Farewell.